second deadly shooting by federal agents has pushed Minneapolis to a breaking point amid an aggressive immigration crackdown. Federal Border Patrol agents shot and killed 37-year-old Alex Jeffrey Pretti early Saturday morning in South Minneapolis. Pretti was an American citizen, an ICU nurse at the Minneapolis VA hospital, and had no criminal record according to the city police. Federal officials claimed Pretti approached agents with a handgun and intended to attack them.
Is consequences for breaking the law in this country, and that it applies equally to everybody. That is what they do. They do it every day. They do thousands of operations every single week, and they do it with excellence. Don't let political corrupt leaders who are just trying to cover up their theft of American taxpayer dollars try to distract you from the facts of the situation.
But multiple videos verified by the media appear to directly contradict that account, showing Pretti holding a cell phone, not a gun, moments before he was taken to the ground and shot. At least 10 shots were fired according to video analysis. The killing sparked immediate protests across Minneapolis, with crowds braving sub-zero temperatures, and tensions escalated. Minnesota's National Guard was also deployed to prevent further violence. The backlash quickly spread nationwide. Demonstrations erupted in New York, Washington D.C. and other cities, with protesters chanting "Justice for Alex" and calling for the removal of ICE. Politically, the fallout has been swift and severe. An independent investigation is now underway as Minneapolis mourns a healthcare worker whose death has reignited national debate over federal force accountability and immigration enforcement. Federal leaders are defending immigration enforcement and pushing back against local officials after the deadly shooting. Homeland Security Secretary Kristi Noem called the incident a case where an individual, quote-unquote, arrived to inflict maximum damage, and insisted agents responded according to their training, blaming the Minnesota governor and Minneapolis mayor for what she says is rhetoric that puts law enforcement at risk.
We also recognize that the Minnesota governor and the Minneapolis mayor need to take a long, hard look in the mirror. They need to evaluate their rhetoric, their conversations, and their encouragement of such violence against our citizens and our law enforcement officers. I'll remind you that Governor Walz today in his press conference said that our officers were not even law enforcement, which is a lie. He's called them the Gestapo. He's encouraged residents and citizens and violent rioters to resist. He's doxed their identities, putting themselves and their families' lives in jeopardy. He's refused to turn over murderers to federal law enforcement officers. He's protected illegal criminals and protected them from being brought to justice, and even overseen a historic, unprecedented theft of American taxpayer dollars. Tens of billions of dollars were stolen under his watch, and he allowed it to happen, and in some instances may have even facilitated it. There is consequences for breaking the law in this country, and that it applies equally to everybody. That is what they do. They do it every day. They do thousands of operations every single week, and they do it with excellence. Don't let political corrupt leaders who are just trying to cover up their theft of American taxpayer dollars try to distract you from the facts of the situation.
Vice President J.D. Vance also weighed in, retweeting President Trump's post with a photo of a gun, saying that when he visited Minnesota, ICE agents said all they wanted was to work with local police to avoid chaos, and he faulted local leaders for failing to cooperate. The federal stance underscores the administration's broader defense of ICE and immigration operations amid deepening national political divisions.